Remo Stars trying to charge. They are shipped in a diamond formation, reminiscent of Eric Sekushil's setup. And there he goes, looking to find him. He's floated it behind the defense line. He's trying to get past his marker, but strong defense right there by the defender to keep the ball out. And yes, it's indeed a corner kick, the first of the game.
I would say it's a bright start from the away side, having the first real run in front of goal.
Well, yeah. And you got the way he floated it diagonally, looking to find this man in space. Adeyi Sunday floats it. Oh, well, failing to latch onto it first time. And there they are now, looking to do better on that run. Fabian Nwori has so much. Victor Mboma joins. A good one by Goita. Kinge. It's not shied away from the tackle. There the ball is gone out for a KUN KHALIFAT throw-in. Good work done by Norum. Sunday Adeyi will take the throw. Norum again. Kinge. All action. There it is. Blessed finds his man in space. He's in good space right there. What does he do? He's trying to let the pass on there. Caught back. Almost got something. Aladom. Quick off his lines. Read it well. And it's blocked. They were waiting for the offside flag. It never came. Walked on again. The referee whistle goal. Free kick for them in a promising position. Won by James Ekebuke.
The early exchanges have shown KUN KHALIFAT they are going for the jugular. I think I said the early marker for this game, and for REMO Stars already on the ropes in the early stages of this encounter.
Well, for this game it is Lama who is at the touchline. Quite different from the times we have seen. Ijabo, that's Daniel Ogumodede in there. Well, there are 4 men standing over this one. Now we want to see who will take it. Oh, wow. And there he is, putting it back of the net. He was left on mark. First news, and the ball bouncing back of the net.
What a goal.
KUN KHALIFAT draw first blood. What circumstances in the world would make them leave men behind them? Ball floated in seamlessly. The head connected easily. And what a great connection that was. The ball bouncing kindly in the back of the net. KUN KHALIFAT draw first blood. REMO Stars are stunned. Toby, look at that. Players passing the bulk of the blame around, and this is not what you see. This is not what you want to see, after a goal has just been considered.
Of course, it looked like a well executed training ground move. And I told you from the get-go, KUN KHALIFAT, they looked as if they had a spring in their step, and they started the more confident side, and their persistence paid off in the early exchanges from that free kick, which was also an attacking move. So it was not even against the run of play. And right now, they have their noses in front.
Oh, well, of course, a goal scored right there. The header from Ogunetega Betomami. And KUN KHALIFAT are the happier at this point in time. The referee does not want any time wasting. Norum. Blessed. Free kick. Referee spotted an infringement right there. And Mutiu eager to get the ball flowing as quickly as possible because now they are behind and they need to get back on. The ball floated. And of course, he's always the winning runner. James. And there it is, floated again for him. James Ekebuke is in a chase with Ahmed Akinyele. Norom Adeyi. Blessed. Looks like the orchestrator of whatever they are trying to pull in there. Like I said, a youthful side. Adeyi goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Akpan. Look at the man Noram again. Who could only glance it out for a throw-in. Coach Lama wants better from his team. But then there is the captain of the side who's read that well and understand. Is very strong. The referee had judged that to have tossed his hand, but he's disappointed. James Ekebuike.
But I think that was a great spot by the referee, eagle-eyed, making sure that every move, every action is not missed by the center referee on the day.
Oh, well, of course, the ball only floated out for a throw-in, which Remo Stars have now quickly taken. You can see the rush in the last couple of minutes. Fabian Nwore goes all the way down to Aladum, who returns it to him as they try to build up again. He's waiting for that run. He spotted that. Now the way them off is one that must be tracked well as they try to settle into the game and do better. Yes, foul spotted, and rightly so, by the assistant referee on the far side. Noram read it well, wanted to intercept, but he was pulled back and held onto by the Remo Stars defender. There it is again. They are trying to use this flank quite a number of times. They've seen those runs. Is looking for that run. Well, the scorer could not get beyond the marker this time around, and yeah, there was that moment of hesitation between them. Now Wakwan Isikap Kobung wants them to be calmer. And now he hoof it high up the pitch. Good work done by James Ahmed, captain. Blessed was looking for James in that run. Adeleke. So much pressure right now. Immediately Remo Stars get the ball, you notice the pressure, Toby.
Of course, yeah, I think it's a case of very impressive press from the forward players of KHALIFAT Football Club, not giving the fullbacks or the defenders of Remo Stars any breathing space, even though they know they love to play from the back. So try to press them, and maybe you could force one or two mistakes from them, and those turnover of possession can be an advantage to them. That looks like the game plan from KHALIFAT, the traveling side from Owerri. And I think so far that has worked for them.
Well, Joseph Ame on the end of every headed clearance right there for KHALIFAT, and he's done his job well. Throwing against Remo Stars. With the technical crew surprised. We're now on into the 12th minute of action right here on this ground. It's a goal to nothing in favor of KHALIFAT, the away side. Well, and they are leading the hosts who are home away from home. Good work done by Adeleke Kinge. He's been able to find cover. Good block right there by Sunday Adeyi. of the things that a lot of people will be watching out for would be how KHALIFAT see out this first half. Because, the energy is buzzing, but then definitely you have to talk about the work being done to maximize their energy and, of course, ensure that things go their way to the very end. The first time that Joseph Ame wasn't on the end of a header right in front of him, it's gone out for a goal kick to KHALIFAT.
Interestingly, you've seen the goalkeeper for the home side in this game of REMO Stars backing orders to his defense line. And you wonder if he's playing a sweeper keeper role in this game.
Oh, well, there's a lot of work to be done, especially given how that goal came in. I mean, you would have thought that would have been coordinated enough to do the job without him having to speak with them. But there it is, time and again. Well, that's a cynical foul. And the referee says the ball was still rolling, set it back. Well, you can see it's just the urgency and the anxiety.
Quite understandable. No side wants to go down within the first 5 minutes of an encounter.
Another foul. This time it's the goal scorer, Ogunetega.
It's beginning to be scrappy at the midfield, but REMO Stars gradually inching closer to goal. And let's see what they will do. Maybe also get something from an impressive or something from the set piece. Just as the same way KHALIFAT also had something from their set piece.
Well, of course, you talk about the technical crew for KHALIFAT. Well, if REMO Stars considered from a set piece, they are looking to score one of theirs, but then goalkeeper quick off his line, read that well, come the highest to claim that. Good reading.
I think Adeyi has also started this game very brightly with his impressive runs, joining the attack as a wing-back and also doing something good for himself when called to defensive duties.
Oh, Kinge, all action. You can see the style. You can see what he's trying to do time and again. Adeyi, just mentioned him, under pressure. Well, he lets it out for a throw-in. But his coach felt he could have done better at the first instance where there's agitation from the REMO Stars bench because they want their team to keep going, keep pounding at that door and see maybe if they get to unlock everything. There's a throw-in, it's long. Kinge! Well, he saw his chance, was going to snatch it in, and of course, his flash was just wide. Good connection on the ball, really, but the angle of the execution was not so. And Akpan would quickly find Joseph Ame, who will send it high up the pitch, looking for the attacker. Fabian Wori is taking care of business right here, and there's the way the ball's dropped. Adeyi, Kinge in the battle. James. There it is. Ahmed. That's a trunk. Adeleke. Ahmed. And the combination has been quite something. King retrieves quickly, and you can see what he's trying to do on the ball time and again. Apologizing to Victor Mbauma. He was hoping to strike it differently, really. But then I think he leaned too heavily on his back while trying to hit that, and that What's the difference? Toby is about 17 minutes now. And definitely KHALIFAT look to be owning the day.
They've had the better chances. But REMO Stars within the they've, I think, grown in confidence. They've had a few chances in front of goal. Though have not connected a shot on target, but we can see a play of theirs down on the turf.
Yeah, he's down there, and that's after that a press from Ortega. Beto Mami.
It's not looking good.
Yeah, it's looking like it needs medical. Yes, the medics are on the pitch now, and in conditions like this, really, even the slightest of tackles could bet something greater, especially with the heat and the effects on the muscles, amongst other things. Obinna Zoho speaking with his boys, trying to ensure that they maintain what they have gotten so far. REMO Stars have sent 2 men to warm up, just in case. Without much medical attention, King is having words right there with Adeleke and others.
Quick pep talk with the coach, the players of KHALIFAT, and it seems to be back on the way.
Play will start with Fabian Imori. Taking the free kick. There it goes. Poor reading. Really. The ball is oofed and still within play. It's gone the highest. And it's a foul. Again, Tega, the corporate in this one. Up it goes again, this time more central, and Ahmed Joseph has not lost in the area about to. Well, it's Lekon Gabriel who now send it high up, and it's in between Fabian Warrior and Ahmed Akinyele.
The player for REMO Stars seems to be down on his haunches.
And play continues really. KHALIFAT touching the ball around, looking for themselves in space. Now the referee will blow for attention to that player. And they're signaling that it is game over for him indeed. The changes to be made, 20 minutes on the clock. This is a forced substitution. And looks like Haruna Hadi gets the nod to come off the bench. We'll wait to see, but and there is someone who is angry at the referee, says he missed that call. He should have actually spotted that.
I'm sure this is not the starts which REMO Stars will have hoped for in this game. Especially with how the season has started and even where they are currently are, and losing a player within the first 20 minutes, within the first 21 minutes of a crunch fixture, knowing every home fixture will now be like an away game. Sure, it's not the start they will have wanted. But right now they have that one player deficit as the game continues.
Well, there they go again. REMO Stars trying to utilize space for infringement. Far right there, James, the corporate. James Ebuka was trying to let the referee know it got the ball. Ahmed Akinyele pushing as high as possible. And now he sent it into the area. It's about James Ahmed. And Victor Obama trying to get on the end of it. It was blocked right there by Sunday Adeyi.
Great work by Adeyi, I must tell you.
He read it well,
and he was sensitive, though he put his body on the line, but I think every defender, every coach would appreciate what Ade did there, putting his body on the line to make sure that the score line still stays the way it is. And you know, sometimes when strikers congratulate themselves for goals, defenders would always be happy with this type of sort of movement.
Yeah, the high fives, but here comes the substitution. Aruna Adi comes on at this point in time. And it is quite the sight looking at the player who comes off. He couldn't even walk. He's being backed away by the medical staff. Well, they're stepping high and there's much walk. It's a free kick. Yes, it is. But then great walk done right there by Ebenobi Onyedika, the central defender who would not leave anything to chance. Quickly taken. James not taking any chances. And ball. The referee has gotten communication from the assistant and the fourth official. This is the essence of the communication gadgets, really.
Looks like this might be a direct strike on goal, if you ask me.
There he goes, attempting the long range Baila. Oh, bounced off, deflection. It's a corner. Well, the man who was substituted, Oshidero, actually, we are seeing signs of him being carried away. And yeah, the worries, real worries right there for him. Fabian and Worry will go join. Corner. Goalkeeper. Victor Mbama quick in there to pounce on it, but he could only send it high and wide. And what a stopping moment that was for KUN KHALIFAT. Akpan couldn't handle the ball well. Slipped off of him, and there was a chance for Victor Mbama, who has been leading the lines and has been trying to get chances to actually get a hit at something. But Toby, this is what strikers do.
I'm sure Mbama would feel so unlucky with that chance there, because that was poor handling from the away goalkeeper from KUN KHALIFAT, and right now he's down. Maybe a save. Yes, exactly. Victor Mbama should have hit at the ball right there, but maybe was caught in two minds, if you ask me. But you never can tell. A striker's instinct, if he has another chance, maybe he could do better. But I think REMO Stars, they are gradually growing into this game. This is what people would love to see,
the fans of the Sky Blue Stars. But down on the top, Toby, you are a goalkeeper yourself, and there it is. Akpan Sika Kapang is just only been able to stand on his feet. If it were you, what would be going through your head in that moment?
Well, definitely heart in the mouth situation, if you ask me there. The goalkeeper didn't do too good with his handling, but good thing is back on his feet. But I think before now, or prior to this, he has had a decent game so far. A whole lot of saves and plucking of balls in the air.
Well, of course, there he goes again. He's been able to kick this one. King rises the highest. Has gotten better of it. Ahmed Joseph able to defend. And it's obvious that REMO Stars are trying to go as direct as possible. And look at him, the work he's trying to do right there with that. He's been able to hold on to it very well. Ahmed Akinyele wins the foul off of him, Sekebuke.
The game is becoming gritty, if you ask me.
Yeah, and Ahmed caught a somewhat frustrated figure in that moment. Oh well. willing runner, that is the striker, Aruna Adi. Has found that run of Adeleke, who will be looking to cross, but then it's blocked. And Adeyi will send it out immediately. Well, goalkeeper only punches it out, but there is more danger. A free kick against KUN KHALIFAT. Yes, foul called by the referee. There is Tega. Fabian Worry going up to the referee, asking for a caution for the player.
I think he doesn't need to tell the referee that. That is can even earn him a caution if he's not careful.
Well, that's at the moment, and the captain has gone over there to actually speak with the referee. Now the referee will call on some players, and he's spoken to them to control them. There is Aruna Hadi standing over this one. Looks like Michael Ibe is also one of those in there. There is a rumble in the box. The referee beckons on two of them. Ahmed Akinyele, also one of those spoken to. Okay, well, it's gone off. Victor Mbauma goes on to speak with the referee so they understand the situation.
I think you understand is the emotions running high at this point for both sides.
There's Aruna Adi to take it. Akman saves, clutches gratefully to his chest. He's read that well. You can see his positioning and the way he sprung into action like a cat flying for the ceiling in the house.
That's a confident boosting save there. Remember moments ago how the ball slipped from his fingers then, but I'm sure this would pump him high to even do more in this encounter.
The reading, the pressing, everything that has gone in between that goal and now. Interesting runs all over. Adeyi, Norom. Same man was fouled, both of them. It is quite interesting.
And you look at the very instructive runs from Adeyi from defense to attack, and even from attack to defense.
Yeah, cover the corporate in this one. He's not happy about his game so far, really. He's not happy about his performance so far. And he wants to be more involved, especially how they have moved from the Diamond 4-4-2 into different styles. Adeyi floats it. And he's gotten his head first to it. Kept it in play. Norom, they say off the ball. Offside flag is up. REMO Stars saved by that, really. It could have been something else, Toby. Look at the scramble in there.
Of course, and I tell you, it looks like excellent set-piece play when they get to the attacking third from KUN KHALIFAT Football Club, because that was another moment to worry for the home side in REMO Stars when that free kick was floated.
Well, KUN KHALIFAT now have a free kick of theirs, but then there was that a moment where James Ebuka and Blessed clashed into each other while trying to go for that area ball. Joseph Ame fouled, and now he's the one who will take the free kick to resume the game. There it is again. They are trying to utilize that flag again and again. But then, of course, you would notice the movement right there across the pitch. Blessed and James Ebuka interchanging rows across the pitch. Blessed sends it high. Ahmed Akinyele trying to get the better of the striker. Referee calls for a foul. Aladum. A foul, yes, committed by Joseph Yadians on Victor Mbauma. And we've seen quite a number of fouls in this encounter. It's just 32 minutes. And the referee's whistle has been quite active in this game.
Well, animated discussion between goalkeeper and coach Lamar for REMO Stars. But this is another chance from the set piece for REMO Stars. Maybe another swipe taken directly at goal. Looking like more of power than placement in this one.
He wants to go again, and he goes. Well, if the goalpost was twice as high, he still would have missed with the set piece. He keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. Maybe one will result into a goal. Or maybe he needs to change how he begins his run-up. They're looking for the first ball. Well, Mohamed Adamu is one to always try the tricks. Two men on him. The tackle was quite something. REMO Stars looking for something at the E. Was able to get on the end of it. And there he is! Parried by the goalkeeper for a deflection.
I tell you, Akpan saw that, and it was a great save from Akpan.
Now he's brought down. But what a moment that was for REMO Stars. Saw it, got the vision, hit it long. A wicked deflection in that run. But good work by the goalkeeper. I mean, yeah, Toby. You must actually give some credit to Akpan Isika Kabong.
I tell you, it was a great shot, and even better save from the goalkeeper to keep the scores. At the same point it is 0-1 in favor of the away side. And I tell you, the game seems to have sprung into life with that shot a moment ago.
Moment really, yeah. And Toby, this are the makings of match-winning saves, really. Maybe REMO Stars need to change how they are getting the ball into those areas, because it looks like KHALIFAT understand what the ploy is all about, and yes, they are up to it in those moments, seeing how they have been getting the second balls and sending it out for throw-ins.
No doubt about that, Victor. If KHALIFAT end up with anything in this game, they must thank Akpan, the goalkeeper.
It's a long throw. It's in the area. We'll get on the end of it. It's a corner. Well, there is quite the rumble right there in the box. Just about 10 minutes left to play. REMO Stars trying to find something. And there it is. Strong save again. Parried out by Akpan. What a performance is having. Kinge finds Adeleke. And how are they finding themselves in the right space? Well, it is Kova has found this man on the side. Kova again gets on the end of the ball. What will he do? He's floated it into the area. They set it out. Aruna. It's not a clean strike. He should have done better, Ibe. Getting the better of his marker. Sends a crossing. He set it out again. It's a goal kick.
Well,
Mutiu not happy because he thought he fancied his chance.
He did fancy his chance, and we saw the great exchanges, pocket of spaces, even beating the press of KHALIFAT's football club. But I think the defense of the Owerri side has been resolute so far, restricting Remo Stars to just shots outside of the 18-yard box.
Are they not taking any chances? Aladum will have to rush out to claim the striker is here on the end of it, but it's only gone out for a throw-in. Good work by Aladum. Referee adjudged the Remo Stars players to have been pushed. Opener Uzor's assistant is not happy. James Ekebuke, one last thing and hurrying for his own goal. Ame, always there to touch it. Remo Stars not utilizing the space they have across the midfield. Is floated in. It's nodded out by Blazed. It's brought our referee has blown the whistle. Take out fouled by Kinge. Blazed Yamu has now midway for Ebunobi Oyedika to take the you see that again, he's hoofed up. A try now for Remo Stars. Well, now for all the sparks we saw a few minutes ago, slowly getting into a drop, a counter. Aladum. Akinyele. Quite the presser he is, James Ekebuke. Himself and Tega always out there doing the job. Adeyi ensuring that the ball's gone out of touch for a throw-in. He's finding the space, but he's not been able to set it well. Joseph Ame. Aruna thought he got the better of him. Well, despite the workings of the defender, it's still a corner. And Lama passing instructions frantically. Oh, look at how they have done it, and they want to go on the counter now. They sent out into a dangerous position. And of course, the closest lines. Fabian and Warriors found them in the space. Oh! Remo Stars will be pinching themselves at having missed that. Unbelievably. Thobi, look at that.
Yeah, it looks like he leaned and he didn't take the shots in his most favored posture, and the ball just flashed wide to the delights of KUN KHALIFAT Football Club.
There's a substitution now. James Ebuka will make way. Now we have two first half substitutions made. Azan will replace him. Olubode Azan comes on in the 42nd minute of action. We talk about energy basin. Well, of course, James Ekebuke is gotten in there. And the referee says goal kick. KUN KHALIFAT wanted something different. James, as we've seen time and again in this game, making those runs. And KUN KHALIFAT have a huge task on their hands now, with Victor Mbama trying to latch onto that. But Akpan, ever steady. His kicks are quite something. Well, that was dangerous, going into the head like that, and a clash of heads. And now he's down on the top, clutching his head. Medical attention needed right here on the pitch. Well, this is the ambience of not having to play on your own home ground. In moments like this, you want your own fans roaring you on. You want the best decibels of noise.
Because the game is played on a weekday, they don't have the full complement of the faithful traveling fans. Because I'm sure if it was a weekend, we will have had a whole lot of players make that trip, or a whole lot of fans make that trip from Ikenne to Ibadan.
Throwing for REMO Stars again, Noram. Mesoma concedes, and Kinge. Mesoma reads it well, uses his body in there, and there's 3 minutes of added time for the first half of this encounter right here. A reminder that it is a goal to nothing in favor of the away side, courtesy of that header in the 5th minute from Ogretega. Ball in the air again and again.
I can see the press from KUN KHALIFAT.
Yeah, almost got something in the end. And again, well, Adeyi lost touch in there, but good work by Blessed Iyamu, who rated well and has been able to ensure that the blushes are spared. Well, good work by Adi. Crossing there is gone for the far post, and side netting only. Goal kick for them.
I would think this is the first real shot they've been able to take within the 18-yard area, barring the outside chances which they've been having. for most of the game, and having that in added time of first half shows you how decent the defense of KUN KHALIFAT has been.
Well, Shooting Stars, they are REMO Stars. Oh, look at what he's been able to do in that run. King is strong with a tackle. But then his forward passes have not really been successful. Less than a minute left. Behind the man. Blessed. Nora Mesoma goes up. Well, and you get to look at that. Oh, well. And look at that now. They have a chance to do something. Finding something on the left space. It's across in the area. And it's failed to connect with it clearly. And there goes the whistle for halftime. On what a hand to the half this has been.
What an end, Victor, and what a way to end this first half. And REMO Stars will have wanted to have ended with a shot on target, but the player slipped at the critical moment.
Look at that. It could have been something. Why ended up being nothing for them? They were building, and foundation blocks came crumbling right in that moment. KUN KHALIFAT grateful to the REMO Stars player for sleeping at the most ill-opportune moment right there in that run. And now they are huddled in prayer, or maybe some thanksgiving as well, because they are grateful with going into the break with a 1-0 lead courtesy of that header. Now, REMO Stars have it all to do at the break. Half time, it is REMO Stars 0, KUN KHALIFAT 1.
And right now the ball has been set to roll for the commencement of the second half. And it is the home side, REMO Stars, trailing by a lone goal against KHALIFAT Football Club, right there at the Lekon Salami Sports Complex in the city of Ibadan. And in the early exchanges, it is REMO Stars on the front foot, with KHALIFAT hoping to continue their resolute defending. And within the first few seconds of the second half, we have a yellow card flash. The first booking of the day goes to KHALIFAT Football Club. And right now, we wait to see if the much needed impetus from the home side REMO Stars would continue in the early exchanges, as we have seen from how they ended the first half with how they sleeping at the critical moments. But right now they have a chance with the set piece as we hit the first minutes of the second half right here at the Lekon Salami Sports Complex. Well, the referee having a word with some of the players, and he calls one of the warring parties, one of the warring factions, to a quick word. And it's understandable that the emotions will run high for both sides. KHALIFAT, bottom of the NPFL, and the defending champions REMO Stars, who are trailing in a game where you'd have expected them to have on the front foot. But Victor, what will you say with the commencement of the second half?
From what we've seen, it's almost everybody right there set to defend. REMO Stars want to restore parity and maybe pull a comeback victory. Well, the header are just too high. Should have been a knockdown anyways, but it is what it is. And you wonder why. Oh, wow. Outrageous piece of skill to get beyond this man. There is the run again. Oh, referee spotted an infringement in there. And that is much of the first coach of Ekebuke, who did some awesome work getting in that position. REMO Stars have not exactly been connecting well with those moments, and the duo of Joseph Ame and his partner have been able to thwart the threats. Again, they come. Aruna Hadi now. Oh, that's what's to lose, and now it is a pressure on for Fabian Nwore, but he says no pressure. Come on, this is what I deal with regularly. Kinge standing strong in there. His first few steps in Nigerian football maybe needs something better, but then you wonder how they have kept the ball too long. But then you would have to heal that exquisite piece of skill from Fabian Nwore to show quite a composed transition. And look at that touch. He's waiting for that run and he's cross-slip into the area. The goalkeeper pushes it out. Akpan continuing the way he left the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, that looked easy to the eye, but I tell you, as a goalkeeper, those are one of those shots. If you do not stand well, you could easily fluff your lines and the ball ending at the back of the net. So a good decision from and good thinking from the goalkeeper.
I was worried for him, sun in his face. He could have just miscalculated. It could have been one of those things, but he positioned himself well, kept his eyes on the ball, and he was not going to be distracted from putting it away. Corner for Remo Aruna Adi, and look at that in the box. It's not a sight you want to see.
Well, defender for KHALIFAT wrestled to the ground, almost like a rugby tackle, if you ask me.
Well, sometimes you ask for the review, and it looks like you need to see if it's a bookable offense, because the way he went down, is quite something.
Maybe if there was a video assistant referee in the Nigerian Premier Football League, they might have had a word or two for the center referee. But right now we can only wait. Well,
there is a fourth assistant communicating with him, right there. And you can see the hand to the ear, and they're trying to make sure that the commotion is thwarted out there. Anyways, referee will be looking for action to resume. And look at this, it is a set-bearers routine that we've seen how to familiarly. Kinge sends it back. KHALIFAT. Adamu. And it's been taken care of quite easily in the REMO Stars. Ahmed Akinyele. Mutiu. Lekan Gabriel taking no chances, sends out of touch for a throwing. And look at that, eBay. Oh, he's in the right space. Unfortunately, the touch was too heavy. And it's a goal kick now. The combination of play could have better something. eBay's touch on it, quite exquisite. Haruna couldn't keep it on the wraps. And Hackman's kick, the flick from his man in there. Plenty of work to do, plenty to unpack. Oh wow, that's quite something. Now the referee is blown for foul. It's a yellow card now.
The second yellow card of the game. Going to KHALIFAT.
Oh well. They will have to be careful going on from here if they want to maintain energy and, of course, keep the ante, consolidate on their victory. Poor communication lines between goalkeeper and defenders in there. They have to react quickly. eBay. Oh, beautiful save right there from Akpan. Victor Mbauma, what position, the flick was good, but goalkeeper, well, he read it well. And now, look at that. You would have thought they would do better on the ball. But there they are. And there's a man down on the ground. There go Adam, Fabian Nwori, Ahmed Akinyele. The way they actually space themselves and transition. Kinge, Aruna. Oh, beautiful pass, bad touch to control. Indeed, they should be doing better there. Goita should be doing better. I mean, his anticipation was low. And now we've seen likes of Samson Olashukbo warming up. There they are trying to float it on. And now the goalkeeper will come quick off his lines to actually save this one. Lincoln Gabriel. It's a throw. Mutiu trying to find Aruna. It's under pressure. Quite the worries right there for KHALIFAT, because this one is quite close to home. Aruna Hadi, but the penalty went down too easily in there. Well, of course, Aruna gets on the end of this one. Floats it in, it's headed out. And there is a foul right there. It took a blow to the body. There's a communication ongoing with the referee by the assistant and the fourth official. Looks like they saw it better. REMO starts trying to pull blocks to be different blocks to ensure that they get something done right here. But then it's time for substitutions right here because we have the introduction of players for KHALIFAT. And then REMO starts double changes. It is right there. Goita making way for Aziz, and Samson on for eBay. And then of course there is the introduction of Uche Chuku Onoa for Noram Mesoma, as well as Mohamed Adamu, who makes way at this point in time. Well, that's a bad blow to the body, dangerous. It's a yellow card, and it is his first involvement in the game. Aziz, who's just coming, picks up a yellow card, and it's not looking good at all. A lot going on here on the pitch. The referee calling them to order, trying to ensure that everybody, keeps their tempers on the wraps. Samson Olashukwu eager for the game to go on because he wants to actively participate in this game and do better. The assistant referee speaking and having words right there, and he's looking for the ball. There is the ball. He's calling on Ahmed Akinyele, so it seems. Okay, now it's Tega instead. And he wants to have words with him. He's telling him I'm in control of the game, as it should be. And there it is, floated into the area. Well, again, there they go. Danger in there. Headed back to Aladum from Akinyele. Good walk in there. Oh, well. Foul against him. Lekon Gabriel, the culprits. Well, here they cannot happy about the call from the referee. Toby, tempers flaring gradually in this counter. Arinadi wants to take this one. Hand-to-hand stuff, really, when it comes to the movement of the ball. But it is just past the hour mark, and it's floated this in the danger area.
That was just wide.
Boy.
Just wide there.
Imagine the emotions running through the bodies of the KUN KHALIFAT defenders as the ball moved in the air.
I think one of the pep talks which Coach Lemar would have had with the Sky Blues in the dressing room was that they should have
there
more
is
pressure.
that foul now, Mutiu, and though they have to be worried about what is happening in there. Looks like there was a hand to the face.
Yes, there was.
Fabian Nwore gets a cleaner down the ball. Samson Olashukwu will try to advance. It's Van Hardy. Are they trying to find Victor Mbauma? Connects with him. Hardy into space. There it is, right there. Hardy is still in space, waiting for it. It's a cross inside the box. It's cleared. And now he will chase. And look at what they are doing to him right there in that space. Kinge, composed with his movements. Aruna, ever since he's come in, he's been able to make those darts and runs. And look at how they are flooded into space right there. Kinge is still ongoing with the run. And Samson! It's blocked by Onyedika. The referee will have to pause the game momentarily. Right here for that one, but they were waiting for the flag. They thought he was offside, and it could just have been anything. But then kudos to him, he didn't, leave a space open in there. And on the end of the set piece again is Aruna Adi. Shots. Samson, Aruna. Aruna, cross, it's blocked. Victor Mbama keeps it on, and look at what they have been able to do. The science is high. It's going to be quite easy for Aladum to keep on the wraps and he's sent it back. Aruna floated it in the area again.
Looking like a ding-dong affair, and players' bodies falling.
I wonder why the referee didn't call for a foul in there, because that was quite a bad jump right there. Now he's calling for medical attention. The way it's resulted into, the player is still written and playing on the ground.
I think the referee has allowed both teams to have a go at each other, allowing the flow of game, the play, not to break. Unlike some other referees who would have the whistle at their lips.
Well, if you had seen how the first half went, you would have said maybe just maybe he would allow play to continue in some moments out there. We're keen to see what the other substitutes will bring to the table, given what we have seen so far of Aruna Adi for Remo Stars. Olubodi Azan, one of them, came in for James Ibuka, who was subbed off in the first half of the counter. Uchechuku Onoa, one of the substitutes, also on there on the far side. Came on for Noram Mesoma. And look at that now, a chance for them! Well, he'd be looking for a chance like this all day. He just couldn't make do with the ball.
I think that was exquisite defending from the defender.
Yeah, I mean, Akinyele did so well. Lekon Gabriel also on the ground in this run. But then he could have done better with that run, seeing he had the space and he had his partner to communicate with and make those runs with Lekon Gabriel. It's not taking any chances, as usually we've seen. Oh, well, look at what he's done now. Oh, no! Saved by the dome! And look at that space. Again, Lekon Gabriel up to the task. King able to nod. Good work done. And Akman quickly comes off his line to claim it. Now twice in the space of 2 minutes, KHALIFAT could have doubled their lead. Toby.
I tell you, they could have doubled their lead, and one part of me feels it was a wrong decision by the attacker to have taken that shot right outside. Would have expected him to have been a bit further into the attacking 18. But it is what it is, and it has been end-to-end stuff. It's been a huge effort to even keep an eye on both halves of this pitch because it's sparks left and right.
Oh, wow, look at that! Strong save! Referee says corner. Lekon Gabriel thought he was able to save it into a throw. Substitution right now. Tega will make way for Damilola Salami.
But Victor, look at the exchanges. End-to-end stuff. And Akman once again called into action. And a big arm for him to keep his side ahead in this tense encounter.
Oh, well, you look at that and say they need all the energy that they can get. There's a man down on the ground. Salami runs onto the pitch. Well, this is quite the side talking about this corner. Take out the goal off the pitch. That continue and ensure that they keep the job done. The job is kick-started, putting the ball in the back of the net in the 5th minute. Oh, look at them all. It's out, and it's a goal kick. Referee stays strong on the score. Well, now it is Adei Sunday. Oh, we'll take this for Akman. You see Kakabong. Oh, well. He's clutching his face. And he's Arin and Aslin. Konaitis. There was Hassan who was clutching his face after the contact with Motiu. As a tussle for the ball, really. Corner for KHALIFAT. Toby, interesting times are here.
Interesting times are here, and it looks like KHALIFAT, they want to kill this game. They've smelt blood and going for the kill. And in Remo Stars' quest to search for goal, they are leaving spaces at the back, which KUN KHALIFAT are exploiting.
Well, it's just about 20 minutes left. A good to nil in favor of KUN KHALIFAT. Will they get increased? Are they weak? Are they again? Offside. Called by the referee. Referee says play on. And everybody calling for the player to get on and play. No time for time wasting. Ahmed Joseph. Oh, there they go again. Now is Victor Mbama in the right space. Connecting with Aziz Bachman. Still standing in the gap between Remo Stars and the equalizer.
Akman making the ball ease with every shot, with every wave of attack from the Sky Blues.
And look at that kick. Well, safe to say the ball spent more time in the air than on the ground in this game.
Well, I think
that again.
Exactly. A little bit of air balls and even head balls in this game so far.
And look at Akman. Well, if you're leading, sometimes you try to kill the momentum once in a while to thwart whatever pressure is mounting.
I think he's earned it with his performance so far.
And look at his kicks. Foul now at the second time of asking. Fabian Ore quickly finds Ahmed Akinyele. And there is the chance to cross it in! Corner right there. Onyedika put his body on the line to save that. Medical attention.
Exactly, they are knocking on the door with chance after chance, and the stretcher called.
Well, it looks like it is going to be hard times for Ibunobi Onyedika to continue in this game. The Gaffers would be worried. Well, the player is back up on his feet. He took a blow after saving the ball. Nigel will take in, swung, saved again by the goalkeeper. And the ball is still in the danger area. Well. Onyedika is back on the pitch. And of course, there were momentary calls for video assistant referee. Aziz! Nothing for him. Oh, wow. And there's a push from Aruna Hadi on Hassan. And of course, it's Adeleke, Adi. Look at that, they have been able to roam into that area now. It's Adeleke who's crossed into that deep area. Hassan sends it high. There's a man written in pain on the ground. Gratefully for Fabian Nwori, it's a throw-in. Looks like Tunde Aziz is still Aziz, beg your pardon, is still down. Blessed Yam will go into the referee's books. Well, he was trying to point to the referee that the medics were already on. And he thought that the medical attention would have been given to the player, but then Blessed Yam has picked up a booking. And now the player will still step outside for attention. There he goes. Aruna Kinge. They need to connect better. There is that run. Fabian Nwori and Ahmed Akinyele. And now Remo Stars will be made to root that momentary pause where they snoozed and lost their chance. And now there is Olubode Hassan, Damdola Salami, all of them pouring in their numbers. And it takes a shot, but then it's blocked. It's a cross into the danger area now. Saved by Mutiu. Aziz gets on the end of it. Victor Mbauma joins. Kinge. It's out of touch. A referee calls for a foul. Ahmed Akinyele now takes a pop! Oh, what a beauty that is! I saw the chance to fancy it! And what a strike that was! Ahmed Akinyele with the pelter! Oh, scorching shots to send the Sky Blue Stars into rapturous joy. The space was there. Struck the bar, went inside, and there is the bear cycling in jubilation. Akban stunned right there. And look at that exquisite touch from Haruna Hadi. Saw the space. There it is, 1-0 right there, and they can't get more.
Finally.
It's come from the fans in the stands. Onyedika Ebunobi has taken quite a number of blows on his body.
And you begin to wonder if the referee would factor all of these stoppages when added time is eventually shown.
And now the referee gives Lekon Gabriel a yellow card for his troubles.
Well, that yellow card, to the dismay of KHALIFAT, I've seen a whole lot of comments from the bench of the away side.
Foul throw called by the referee. And now Onyedika has been calling to come in, and now foul throw from REMO Stars. The urgency, the anxiety.
Perhaps a quick tutorial on throwing the players at this point.
Maybe, but then Onyedika has been clamoring to come on back. And now he's back on the pitch. REMO Stars are trying to get a victory from this one. And Lekon Gabriel will be aiming to go long on this one. Numbers reduced up front. And it's gone high up. Shoot it off. And play restarts quickly. REMO Stars have gotten one, and now they'll be hoping to get a second. In that moment,
you know what they say about the referee's decision being final?
well, definitely. With about 5 minutes left, and it's a 1-0 scoreline, you get to actually stay very careful. Aruna Adi made some signals, wants some runs. Headed clearance out there to the line. Mutiu saves. Fabian Ori. And there is a striker who wants something done. Kova. Safe hands, Akpan. And it goes down.
I think KHALIFAT, they've relented in their pressing game, which we saw them in the early exchanges from this fixture, leaving just the point man to run at the defense of REMO Stars. Or maybe it's just playing to leave Ibadan with a point.
And look at how they have gotten out of that. Aziz misses the control. Azan puts it out of touch. Substitution right now, and it will be Samuel coming on for cover. Comes on quickly, Samuel. Kinge goes long, looking for the far side. And now it will be some work for Adeleke, who now finds Akinyele. And look at that. The medics are out here on the pitch again. Akman was hoping to hold on to a clean sheet, but then he's considered that fierce shot made Akinyele. When they thought they were clawing their way to victory, holding on to it, the resilience starting to pay off. It was a dagger to the heart from long range by Ahmed Akinyele. We'll wait to see how many minutes will be added for this counter right here between these two sides.
A whole lot of lengthy stoppages, especially in this second half. And especially with the roar when the official goes up indicating what the duration of added time would be. But I think for KUN KHALIFAT, they are scrambling to leave Ibadan with something.
Well, one of the major aims from this. And you can see sections of the players of KUN KHALIFAT, although trying to discuss how to get their way, at least with the points. They really could have gotten a second of their own, KUN KHALIFAT, before that dagger, but they didn't do well in that sequence of play. And look at that. And you get to question what they would do to pop the ante. Lekan Gabriel. Well, they have to keep their cool. KUN KHALIFAT, 6 minutes added. Well, referee is now blown. For a free kick to KUN KHALIFAT. So it seems. Blessed Iyamu will be hoping that they can convert from this one. It's floated in the area again. Well, there it is. Onyedika Sends it back from where it's a key. Should be doing better with that. Oh, wow, a stopping moment right there. Victor Bauma thought he could have gotten the winner.
He could have. That was a glorious opportunity. A slip from
the captain.
From the captain. Opened that opportunity, but was not taken by their Sky Blue Stars of REMO.
A day Sunday again. The man now on goal kick duties. Oh well, look at the job done. And now he'll have to do better on that run.
Well, he has to go back. No support cast.
Lofted it out for a goal kick, but they should be doing better. They can't just oof the ball anyhow. But then good other play by James Ekeboike. Ahmed Akinyele taking no chances, is sending it up and long. Gabriel has also gotten long and up. To Aladum, was returned it. And again, and the way in which King has sent it out of play, Fabian Owori. Ball floated in the area again, sent outside. Kinge. Motiu. Well, sent out again, and it's a hard day's work done by KHALIFAT. If they can't get a win, at least let's hold on to a draw. Aladum gets involved up, and he will send it high up. Again, Isuf. Aruna Hadi, Ahmed Akinyele, Aruna. Oh well, look at that turn, magnificent. Kinge. And now he's found space. Oh, look at what he's gonna done! Exquisite movements of the ball. The exchange, beautiful in there.
I think the crossbar will still be shaking from that.
Well, look at the velocity at which it the crossbar. A goal-stopping moment in there. Goalkeeper stood no chance, absolutely no chance.
Goalkeeper was in no man's land.
Boy.
Maybe that's the chance. Just gone.
A great work done by Kinge to put them in the position. It's looking for a run for him. Ahmed Akinyele. It's a REMO Stars throwing. Well, confusion from the assistant referee and the referee himself. Ahmed Akinyele, ever since his introduction, marauding in the engine room all over the pitch. Remo Stars have quite the job to do. Now the countdown begins. Look at the space in the questions being asked. Mutiu on the cross. Goalkeeper saves. KHALIFAT would hold strong. It's the 6 minutes of time, and the referee has blown his final whistle. Remo Stars, for all the troubles, will hang their heads in shame, because they thought they could get it done against KHALIFAT. KHALIFAT, we go on from the southwest to the southeast with the point in hand. But then Akban Onyedika and Joseph Hame wanted a clean sheet and a victory. It just wasn't to be. And of course, Toby, what a sight it has been.
What a sight it has been, an interesting game of fans who came here to witness this game. Seemed to be thoroughly entertained, and the points are shared between home side and visiting side. For KHALIFAT, they can only take these points into their next game, hoping to have enough wind on their sails in their relegation scrap. And for the NPFL cup holders, they'll continue their journey to resurgence.
Well, to be, as to be said, the blast of the full time experience being garnered by KHALIFAT. You see the youthfulness, many of them making their first foray at the top flight of Nigerian football. At club level, Yedika being ebbed off the pitch is giving it his all. Sadly, he couldn't get the clean sheets to consolidate, but indeed they have held on strongly. KHALIFAT against the who is who, including the defending champions, And going on from here, they would be thankful for the experience that they have gotten so far in the NPFL. Toby, your final words. REMO Stars, defending champions, unable to hold on and get the victory against KHALIFAT. KHALIFAT came into this one scoring the 5th minute. They held strongly, but for that fierce shot from the boot of Ahmed Akinyele.
Of course, for KHALIFAT, I strongly believe they'll be the happier of both sides here. Of course, we'll be undone by the lack of clean sheet in this game, but the goalkeeper Akpan was instrumental for them in getting something right here for Ibadan and for REMO Stars. The journey to resurgence continues, but right here, the points are shared, the scores one apiece.
So it ends right here in Ibadan, the Lagos Salami Stadium, witnessing